As we come to the end of another month, I am pleased to share a roundup of stories from across the Trust. We kicked off the month by learning more about the patient-led assessments of care environment, or place assessments for short, and how they give voice to patients in shaping the spaces where care is delivered.
Place assessors, they want to make sure things are right for the patient, and the differences that we can make also helps with the well-being of staff as well. We've got bright, hot, cold, that's quite obvious, isn't it, to the patient? That's good. Clean, would you say it's clean? Yeah.
We're not there to scrutinise everything about your area. We're there, I suppose, as a critical friend, shall we say.
Patients, as they look at things and they suggest improvements, staff might work on that, talk to their manager about it, and they might be able to make some changes. Hundreds of thousands of people live in Bradford. You know, just one little improvement, one little statement can make a big difference.
One of the changes I'm most proud of is that we got clocks for all the rooms, clocks with the day and the date as well as the time, because we realise that people get quite disorientated in the hospital environment.
Thank you, George and Kathy. We also celebrated the official launch of our new Commercial Research Delivery Centre, which will put Bradford, alongside our partners in Calderdale and Mid Yorkshire, at the forefront of commercial research.
What this centre does is allows access to our patients to late-phase clinical trials under the auspices of the National Institute for Health Research through a government-funded program of over 72 million across the country. We will have access to cutting-edge technology for our patients, newer treatments for various disorders. We hope to become the most successful CRDC in the country. We want to make sure that the city of Bradford shines in the way it conducts research, the quality, the speed, as well as the number of patients we recruit. This journey started back in 2009 when I started doing clinical research with a very small team right in the basement of our Bradford Royal Infirmary. To come to this unit, to be one of 21 centres in the UK, has been a stupendous journey, quite what I would call historic. But that couldn't have been done without our patients, the support from our organisation, and the team that I have around us.
Thank you, Dinesh. This month we celebrated a major milestone in our mission to net zero. The Trust has been awarded over £1 million in government green funding to expand solar power across our hospital sites. We heard from colleagues in our estates and facilities team about what this means for the Trust and how it supports our journey towards a more sustainable future.
So we'll be getting around 2,500 solar panels. That money isn't just for the solar panels. We'll actually have to do some repairs to our roofs to make sure that they're right for the solar panels first. That should save us around £250,000 a year, which is money we can then reinvest on improving patient care or upgrading our ageing buildings.
There's lots of things to be proud of at Bradford, but I do feel proud the achievements that we've made to date and the net zero roadmap that we've plotted out and we think we can achieve.
There's only a few people that can make a difference to some of the big projects, but by having that sustainable culture and people making small improvements collectively, that can add up to a significant amount.
Thank you to our estates and facilities team. This month's podcast was the first of two recorded live at our 2025 Thrive conference, bringing together a panel of colleagues for a conversation on the theme Belonging Through the Ages, Past, Present and Future. We heard personal reflections on what belonging means at different stages of both life and career, and why creating a sense of belonging is so vital to building strong, purpose-driven teams.
Bradford Teaching Hospitals, at that time, they had what was called a personal responsibility framework. People may remember the PRF, which today is our values. And it was very well published on the website, and I thought, I'm going to go work there. That's where I want to work. It just felt like my place.
Thank you for all your valuable insights and contributions to the discussion. Finally, here's a look at some other exciting things that have been happening around the Trust this month. Well, that's it for this month's update. I look forward to sharing more stories from the Trust with you next month. And don't forget, all our latest news and updates can be found on our social media channels, X, LinkedIn and Facebook.